With the 15 general elections set for November 19th, Sabahans will weigh several issues that may influence their votes on polling day. Daily Express took to the streets to meet with the people where they share their views.
All right. First of all, as I think for federal, I guess like we need a local East Malaysian Sabahan or Sarawakian as a deputy prime minister. That will be much more, I would say, fair to the whole cabinet. I would say, because all this while, I think other than prime minister, him or herself, probably just himself. I think we definitely need a East Malaysian deputy prime minister, so that I would say it's much more fair to the people, especially over in East Malaysia. Doesn't matter it comes to like budget, financially, or can be anything. So I would say it's a fair game for East Malaysian if we have our deputy prime minister here as a Sabahan or Sarawakian.
Saya melihat ada kebaikannya, sebab kita ada satu perubahan yang dimana kita telah merdeka hampir 60 tahun, 59 tahun. Dan hari ini ada tawaran daripada parti daripada sebelah Semenanjung yang hendak menawarkan cara macam ini. Bagi saya, perkara ini boleh dan baik, tetapi jangan bersifat seremoni ataupun dia bersifat cuma satu apa yang kita panggil satu kegemilangan, tetapi si timbalan Perdana Menteri itu tiada kuasa, so tiada guna. Kalau mau bagi timbalan tu kepada negeri Sabah, so pastikan dia ada power, ada kuasa, bukan seremoni. Kita tidak setuju tawaran macam begitu, gula-gula namanya. So dia mesti ditawarkan secara serius lah. Itu bagi saya rakyat Sabah perlu mendapat hak, bukan cuma janji gula-gula pilihan raya. Tetapi kalau nak bagi, bagilah. Tapi mesti bukan bersifat seremoni ataupun apa ini satu macam adat istiadat saja, bukan. Bagi kuasa, give power.
The DPM boleh wakilkan Sabah lah untuk mendapatkan lebih banyak allocation untuk pembangunan infrastruktur kita.
Bagi pandangan saya, kalau timbalan Perdana Menteri untuk Sabah Sarawak tu tak perlu. Yang perlunya MA63 tu dilaksanakan. Itu yang rakyat Sabah mau, untuk dilaksanakan perjanjian Malaysia 63. Kalau Datuk Seri Zahid ingin mewujudkan timbalan Perdana Menteri Malaysia, sudah lama kalau kerajaan UMNO mau wujudkan, kan? Tapi ini kita memperjuangkan hak kita sebagai rakyat Sabah, MA63.
What are your thoughts on that?
Okay, I find that is very interesting, and that at least they are listening to Sabah and Sarawak's voices, that are now they realize that they have to offer 2 DPM to Sabah and Sarawak. Hopefully this will happen. But then on the other hand, why until now that they are going to offer? Why not those days when Sabah were complaining and asking for all kinds of things? But maybe now they realize that Sabah and Sarawak has got more voice. Everybody is united now. They feel that maybe Sabah will vote for Sabah Party, Sarawak will vote Sarawak Party. So that is why the offer comes out.
Some other issues like probably like a very general thing like budget, because I mean like if federal, that usually they focus more in Semenanjung, West Malaysia. I mean as a normal citizen, what we can feel is I think East Malaysia, whether it's Sabah or Sarawak, I think they should put more attention here. and it's a general thing. Like I can't focus like at what kind of perspective, but generally I think they should focus more to build and improve the economy here. I would say. I mean, definitely need their help here. Yeah.
Saya rasa rakyat cuma perlukan kestabilan. Kita perlu kestabilan. Sebab apa? Kita lihat pada hari ini Malaysia yang begitu gah satu ketika, tapi hari ini Malaysia di tempat yang terbelakang. Kita di belakang Brunei, kita di belakang Singapura, kita di belakang Filipina, kita di belakang Indonesia kalau kita lihat hari ini. Kenapa? Satu saja. Politik kita tidak stabil. Dalam masa satu panggal kita sampai 4 Perdana Menteri. Bayangkan. So, kestabilan itu perlu. Kestabilan perlu. So, kita haraplah mana-mana parti-parti politik yang berjuang untuk kestabilan, maka ini yang akan kita pilih. Kestabilan, bukannya KYB-han kah ataupun kesultanan kah, ke TYT. Pasal banyak yang mau jadi gila TYT sekarang nih di Sabah nih.
The important issues that should be addressed by the next government in Sabah, in my opinion, dari segi kita punya infrastructure lah, lebih-lebih lagi utilities, electricity, water supply dengan telecommunication, itu tiga sangat perlu diperbaiki lah.
Kita nampak Sabah ni kaya dengan dia punya hasil, tapi rakyat dia miskin. Jadi kerajaan sekarang harus memikirkan macam mana untuk memulihkan keadaan hidup rakyat di seluruh Sabah lah, kan? Terutama daripada segi sekolah, pendapatan, perladangan lah maksud saya. Yeah.
Now, the first thing I would be very, very enthusiastic about is the development of the rural areas. Piping, water, electricity, roads, communication, all these have been neglected. Of course, the state government has put in money to develop where necessary, but I think the money is not enough. This is a federal obligation, and we have been miserably ignored for so many years. I think they should now put in more effort and money on these rural areas, water, electricity and communication of roads and all that. Even our internet, very poor. Some got to climb trees to go for internet exposure. So I hope all this, and then these collapsed bridges, collapsed roads, all this has not been taken urgent matter into their planning.
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah. Because we have to plan our schedule for the team. So if everything allows, then we definitely have to vote. As a Malaysian, we need to play a part in this role. Yep.
Soal turun mengundi, of course, kewajiban. Sebagai rakyat Malaysia, saya akan turun mengundi. Saya adalah pengundi daripada pantai timur Sabah. Di sebelah sana. Jauhnya lebih kurang 500 km. Ada peruntukan, tiada peruntukan, saya akan guna uang sendiri, saya turun mengundi untuk kewajiban negara ini, negeri ini. Kita minta semua rakyat Sabah, rakyat Malaysia, khasnya rakyat Sabah, untuk sama-sama kita turun mengundi. Now we have 53% pengundi muda, 53%, more than 50%, 53% pengundi muda yang berumur antara 18 hingga 39 tahun. So kita minta orang-orang muda ini buatlah perubahan, laksanakan tanggung jawab. Kita mau negara kita terus stabil.
InsyaAllah saya akan mengundi. Saya di Liberan Senakan.
And then of course I will vote. I've been voting ever since I am eligible. I will still vote. Of course I won't tell you who I vote, but I definitely will vote.
The Undi 18 automatic voter registration was gazetted on December 1st last year. The move led to a surge of new voters in the country, with many of them being youths. Daily Express is on the ground to gather input from them on the matter.
I was very surprised actually because I didn't know that my age was eligible to vote until not too long ago, and yeah, I was very surprised.
So will you be voting?
I will be definitely.
As a young
At first, I was quite surprised as I wasn't told that I will be automatically registered until my sister told me. Yeah, then I realized.
Yeah, exact same situation. Yes.
So will you be voting?
Yeah, we will be.
Yeah, definitely.
I guess so, because I've heard like people saying that before you have to register to like vote, but when the election was coming up, I searched like, do I need to like sign up? Then they said it's not needed. So like, yeah. So
Will you be voting?
yes, I will, because I feel like it's important to do my part. Yeah.
Secara personal ya memang saya terkejut sebab saya tidak sangka pada umur 19 kami sudah digalakkan untuk turun mengundi.
Memang terkejut juga lah. Kalau first experience saya tuh yang saya tahu, saya terus terdaftar time tu di tempat kerja, and then ada saya punya kawan kerja tuh udah kasih tunjuk, saya sudah didaftarkan secara online. Then kena tunjuk lah di mana tempat mengundi. Gitu.
Kalau kan undi kah tidak?
Kalau bagi saya mungkin saya akan undi lah, sebab itu akan menentukan masa depan ini Malaysia.
Yes, of course I'm surprised being automatic register as a voter, even if I'm alert about the automatic voters among 18 years old through the news before. Yes, I will be voting on the set date and feel really excited since it is my first time to vote.
One of the issues that I am worried about today is the lack of opportunities for the youth to really go out there and show their true potential, especially when it comes to entering the workforce. You know, there's a huge segregation between the really experienced and the ones who have no experience at all. And I think one issue also is that there's no unity. There's no unity between the really experienced workers and the ones who have no experience at all. There's no guidance for them.
It's basically about the economy lah, like the working job opportunities, the pay rates, all those kind of things. Yeah, this is what we are facing right now in Sabah. Can say so.
Okay. Same. I'd say similar. The economy and the living state and conditions that we are in. Yeah, I'd say the overall economy for everyone here in Sabah could be better. Could do better for everyone equally as well. Yeah.
Should do better.
Should do better.
Not
yeah.
could. It should do better.
Yeah.
Compared to the other states, it's definitely a big difference.
Yeah.
Firstly, I think because I'm a student at the moment, I think it's something that concerns me is that it's hard to find jobs as a student because most jobs require like a diploma, but I don't have one right now because I'm currently studying. So I think for more job opportunities to to come up, so it's easier for students to find extra money while they're studying. Yeah.
As a young voter, the issue that we may worried about is the job opportunity, especially for youth like us. And I hope there will be a lot of opportunity in future. Thank you.
Oke, isu-isu yang bikin merasa bimbang tuh kalau berulang lagi lah tragedi-tragedi dulu. Mungkin saya kurang pasti, tapi kebanyakan orang cakap yang janji-janji tidak ditepati, orang bilang. Janji-janji tidak ditepati, and also dia punya apa tuh, bantu Anda atau kenikmatan dia cuma sementara saja, bukan sepanjang hayat.
Isu utama yang saya fikirkan sekarang adalah mengenai adakah layak belia turun untuk mengundi pada seawal umur 19 ataupun 18 gitu kan kalau tidak silap. Hal ini merupakan isu yang sangat ditakutilah ataupun digeruni sebab pada usia begini seharusnya kami selalu bingung untuk memilih dan sukar untuk membuat pilihan sendiri. Terdapat banyak isu terkini yang saya risaukan seperti contoh peluang pekerjaan, seterusnya peluang untuk anak-anak muda berkecimpung dalam bidang politik ini.
Dan pada pendapat saya mudah-mudahan benda ini akan berlaku dan akan membantu rakyat Sabah khasnya dalam pada pembangunan, pendidikan dan banyak lagi. Fokus kepada infrastruktur Sabah lah sebab kita punya jalan ini teruk bah sian. Lepas tu Malaysia ni adalah satu negara yang membangun. Jadi kalau boleh pembangunan tu perlu setara lah dengan kita punya negeri ni kan kesian. Saya akan turun mengundi untuk memilih pemimpin yang boleh membantu rakyat Sabah.
Yes, definitely saya akan turun untuk to place my vote because one vote I believe can make a change.